on.
But you know what? What's real is that people talk about the blue wall of silence.
So the police?
And that with the police. Well, honey, that guard wall, the blue wall of silence ain't got nothing on the guards upholding the guards and their shit.
Talk about it. And they what?
Ain't got nothing on them. Okay? You have brothers who will uphold them because of who they say they are. They might have, and I mean, some of the most brilliant brothers have been some of, you know, the most suspect in character. Because that's what we're talking about, character. Character. Character is what runs deep. You can be intelligent, you can be well-versed, you can be well-spoken, but what is your character? Follow them home. This is what I say, follow them home. But the gods will uphold you.
A good builder is always a good builder, but if he ain't doing right, then we can't.
But who's going to say he's not doing
See,
right?
that's what the issue is.
Who's going to say it?
Truth is truth.
Truth is truth. I was
right.
taught the one thing that an idiot that I had, an idiot God that I had, another one who I won't say it. I won't say it. But the one thing he did teach me is that truth is absolute and indisputable. However, you have those who, you can be speaking the truth. If it's coming out of the mouth of a woman, they would never listen. And truth is truth. It doesn't matter. If a devil is speaking truth, it's truth.
And that's what you be on the side of.
Right?
You either going to be on the side of the truth or the side
Or
of
falsehood.
You can't be in between.
Right.
You got to be one or the other.
See, I'm not a fence sitter, and I've never liked fence sitters. I don't like people that pacify me. I don't like people that tell me what they think I want to hear. I'm not going to respect you when I realize that, if I ever come to realize that that wasn't really what you were thinking, but you didn't want to. Well, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I didn't. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at that as being a flaw in your character. I'm looking at you as being a liar. Because I'm going to tell you, but I'll ask you first. You ask me, do you really want me to tell you? Do you really want me to tell you? And if you tell me you want me to tell you, now I tell you, don't get an attitude. It's human nature to feel a way, but you ask me. Don't start on me now.
See, the truth sometimes hurts.
It does.
You know, but most of it,
We make you feel good too.
Let it hurt.
You know, that's what makes you
I would rather be
ain't
corrected.
nothing nice about the truth.
That's right.
Ain't nothing nice about the truth.
Unless it's complimentary.
Listen,
It could be nice.
listen.
The two-edged sword.
You understand?
truth.
But truth,
Is
when
that
it's
right?
coming out of, when it's coming
Is
to
that right?
correct,
Is that right?
when you are coming to correct, yes,
Is that
it's a
right?
bitter pill to swallow. But I think that a person who is a deep thinking person, who is a realistic person, is going to respect the fact that you told them the truth. I would rather stand corrected than to remain in error.
Absolutely.
I would rather be corrected than to remain in error. And I'm going to respect you for coming and telling me that. Because it's not everybody that will have that type of, realness, that type of bravery, that type of straightforwardness. I respect people like that.
But if I love you, I should be able to tell you anything.
That's right. That's absolutely
Good or bad.
That's right.
About me or about you.
That's right. It's not going to stop me from loving you.
It's not.
And the only reason why I'm saying it to you is to make you a better person.
Exactly.
Because I have a way of dealing with people. If I don't care about you, and if I feel that what I'm going to say is going to fall on deaf ears, and I don't really care about you anyway, I'm going to let you walk into a brick wall. Because you know what? You may not learn from me telling you that you're getting ready to walk into a brick wall. You're going to learn when you walk into it, because who can't hear can feel.
that's like when, you know, supreme mathematics. Everybody don't go according to it, worldly or unworldly. You don't go according to mathematics. Worldly or unworldly, that's the order of the universe. From 1 to 9, everybody goes through it. From the time you was planted in the womb, you're going to go according to that order, willingly or unwillingly.
That's right, God. That's what they say, you know, when they say that everything submits to the will of Allah, willing and unwilling, because that's not that's what that means. So we have to understand what people are saying in this context, you know. I had a good day. I had a great day too.
With the bunnies?
Yeah, that's what it is. I made $500 for myself.
You had a good day with
I
the
had a good
bunnies?
day. That's right.
Bunny
You know what I'm
ears?
saying? Yeah, God, you know, because I already arose. See, they talking about Jesus rose on the third day of Good Friday. But when I can count, mathematics say this is the second day. The third
Well, it
day
actually
is
is.
Monday.
It actually is 48
I'm
hours.
saying, I'm just saying. So they don't even go for their own mathematics.
It's
You know that's a lie.
It's 48 hours.
Because the dead have never known
To return to the
return from the grave.
So it's
So
already.
that's already, so we already know that. We know that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? So they had day off anyway. You know what I mean? Because there ain't no truth in it.
The whole thing with this whole Easter and whatnot,
Go ahead, what about you?
from,
Go ahead.
from, you know, from my limited scope, is that it, like many holidays, had pagan beginnings. Babylonian, Mesopotamian, whatever, all the same thing, Babylon. And it was first a pagan celebration of the vernal equinox and Ishtar, the goddess of war, goddess of sex and fertility.
Yes.
And this is for hundreds of years
Thousands of years.
prior to the so-called birth and death of Christ. You know, it's the celebration was called, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was spelled with an E. I think it's Oester, E-O-S-T-R-E. And they say it's actually pronounced Ishtar. They say or Ashtar. But all of that was a pagan celebration that took place at the time of the vernal equinox, which is in keeping with the timeline of Easter also, and the Jewish celebration of Purim, where supposedly Esther, the book of Esther, Esther saved the Jews from annihilation, from being murdered and whatnot. But, so all of that was also before the time of Christ. But at the time, in celebrating that vernal equinox and this goddess of sex, you know, the Romans had orgies. It was orgies. The eggs were a symbol of fertility. Planting the Easter eggs was a symbol of planting seeds. Could be a symbol of even planting a seed in a woman's womb. But, you know, there were orgies that took place. And then with the transition of the Romans to Christianity, or to what they felt was the teachings of the disciples of Christ after his supposed death, it evolved into what's called Easter. And supposedly it's Resurrection Sunday. That's what it's better known.
Now let me explain something else. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to get real with this. There never was a Jesus. There never was none of them. All that stuff is made up. When they made the religion up of Christianity, they used the same pagan rituals so that people would go according to it because they were going to do it anyway. You're right.
But our lessons say
But the lessons are written. Listen. But the lessons are not our lessons.
It was freedom, justice, and
Listen,
equality.
I heard you. Now let me finish. Our lessons lessons are not our lessons, them are Muslim lessons. The Father said, don't teach what? Religion.
Right.
There never was a Jesus. See now,
But teaching Jesus
let me finish. That's how it go. You can't keep coming and jumping in. You all right? Now, the lessons say that Jesus was buried in Jerusalem. Wait, that's a lie. Okay? They say, the Christians, that he died on the cross, lived to be 33 years old. The Muslims say that he survived the cross and lived to be 120 years old. Both of them are wrong. Both of them are wrong. The Muslims took, not the Muslims, I'm sorry, the people of Muhammad, the Moorish tribe, took the teachings of the Romans and created what we call the religion of Islam 20 years after the death of Muhammad. They had took the angel Gabriel, who was made up by the Pesos people as the people or the personage that revealed the Holy Quran to Muhammad. They made him up. They took this up and put it in their teachings, let you know that they are made up too. Now, I got it on my phone, but anybody can Google the true authorship of the New Testament, and they can find that out. Islam, as a religion, is made up, just like the Jewish people have made up their religion behind the Hebrew people. All these are three made up religions. Now, just so happy right now, it's the Easter, it's the Passover, and it's Ramadan all in one. Right now. Why nobody here? But they probably at church. Or related to church. Because they're so serious. And they run this barn because of whom or what. They can't make it to their own rally. So we need a rally, we got to get it together. Now we have provided a time and space and place for us to get it together. Where are the people at? Where are they at? Now he knows how hard I fought to get this. They wouldn't even let us in that door. We had to stand outside. And had a meeting here. And he said, we're trying to raise funds, we're going to sell stuff for the ARKBAR'S stuff. And I said, I'm trying to get in. I went down there in the corner, came back, went to the ATM, gave him $100. This is for I don't want to buy nothing. This is donation because I want this place open. That's how I got my foot in the door. The sister Nasir Earth was in here with some proposal to do this, that, and other. Doc Kim's woman. I don't know if he's still a woman. It's Earth 9. The big mountain. And the Brother Supreme, they got on the bad side of these people, and they told me, if you down with them, you can't get in. I said, they're really not down with me. I have not seen either one of them ever come here. That's the truth. Now, everybody crying away in the face. We didn't have a place for a universal parliament. That's what I got it for. He said, oh, it's too small. We don't. After I bust my ass to get this place, coming time and time and time and time, trying to get here, they had a little cook out there, and give book bags out, and I was scared. Support them and what they was doing, to show them that I'm about the community, helping the community out. He was here too. He don't miss nothing too much.
Now you know?
Nah, I'm saying about my name. If you tell you about mine, right? So now, I finally got the place. They said, we don't want it. So one king, because he's from my tree, he said to me, God, you don't need permission for them for anything. You run the rally there. Because we don't have a rally. We had nowhere to meet. And it was getting cold. Just so happened, the first time ever, there was a a universal parliament here in October. Because they didn't have a place. And the good thing I got the place. Because we wouldn't really had one. Because the people are too cheap to rent a place out. I don't care how much it costs. Cost is not the deal. The cost, the reality was the devil separated us for this COVID lie. And they separated us and we wasn't able to meet. And we was able to go into where we was at before because of that. So now we need a place, and I'm so glad. Now they back in with the Board of Education. But I'm going to tell you like I see it. Birds building nests. Ants building a hole in the ground. Black man, you got to build something for yourself. We're in a position that we're in because we're not doing it for ourselves. We got the knowledge of ourselves, and we still acting like the blind, deaf, and dumb years ago. Because the blind, deaf, and dumb right now are doing real good. I go down some streets, I see 4 or 5 churches. I'm telling you, on one block, in some places, these 2, I see this. They ain't got a problem here. In a place, we got a problem. This is not our place right now. I want to strive to get us a place so we can do the things that the nation needs to be done. And I'm going to keep going coming here because I know it's necessary. Even though I can't get, now lately you can't get 10 people in here. It's amazing. It is very telling about people's mentality because they're living other than themselves. You can't tell me that you're for this and you're not able to make this rally. People from all over, because I used to do it when I was 85%, went to church. If they didn't go any other time, they went on Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
If we got you a new suit and all that, and you went today.
Or you was in Coney
You hear me? After church, we went to Coney Island. Okay? That's when they first opened up for the new season. Because you told the truth. That's what like. You might not went all year long to church. But Palm Sunday, Easter Sunday, especially, you went to do what you're saying. This is this stuff. I'm not saying come on yet. I'm saying, you came on this day. So it happened, this day happened to be a rally day. We can't find why people can't get here. They broke their necks. They'll be on time. When the church said 11 o'clock service, they wasn't there 12 o'clock. They was there 11 o'clock. We can't get here at 2 in the afternoon. It's kind of something wrong with our mentality. We got to look at ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Now this sister gets here before time, all the time, at the Universal Parliaments. That's when it came time to give Earth appreciation. I made sure she was one of the first Earth that got something for appreciation. Because she was here, even though she didn't know about the lady was here already, because she didn't have a number. And he had changed doors and all like that. You know what I mean? But dependable, I definitely depended on her, I knew, but I didn't have her number. In fact, she was calling me, but I was working Easter Parade. I couldn't hear for all the noise. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Easter Parade, because we arose. This the 3rd day is talking about understanding. You know what I'm saying? What we call Jesus is our Father who gave it to us. Now Jesus is just us. That's my name is Justice. We raise you to understanding of who the true and living God is. Because a day's degree tells us that they were trying to conceal who the true and living God is. That's why it taught that people such as rain, hustle, or earthquake comes from a mystery God, no one ever see it until they die. But see, we know that they had never been known to return from the grave. And all history is going to reveal nothing like that. But the chance for a mental death, and that's where the understanding comes in. That's where the 3rd day comes in. Because they count the 3rd day would be Monday. It wouldn't be Sunday. But it just fits in with their religion. Because the pagans took Sunday as they worship, because the worship under the Bible is on a Saturday. That's the Sabbath. Saturday, Sabbath. But these are people who are teaching, the teachers of the Sabbath, or the pagans worship of Saturn. That's what it's Saturn's day. That's the Sabbath. The Saturn's day. This is the Saturn day of the brotherhood. The moon and star is not represented in the religion of Islam. That is Saturn. It goes the other way. And Venus, the star, the morning star. We the only people, besides black Muslims, who have the sun, moon, and star. But the Muslims' flag is, they still under Saturn brotherhood, because it's under paganism. That's truth. That is a Saturn, just like the Nike sign, they say, oh, that's a Saturn brotherhood. And the morning star is called what? Lucifer, the light bearer. That's what you know what I mean? That's Venus. That's the star. That looks like a star, but it's not. It's a planet. There's two planets. It looks like a star, but it's not. You know, but the morning star, the sun, moon, and star, is our flag. The greatest only flag known of the universe. A lot of people don't know, but it's not the same. They don't have the moon and star. That's Saturn and Venus under the encyclopedia of the Muslims. They teach you that themselves. If you was going to check it out, you know, and some people listening on this, y'all go check it out. You know, Christianity, like I said, was made up, followed behind the ancient teachers of the original man, all the way from Egypt. But there have been 16 saviors, gods, who born on the 25th of December, died and resurrected, and they worship it as religious. This is an actual fact. You know, I wrote it in Jesus is a Myth. You got that lesson. Because God told me to look there and say, he got, you might not remember, you realize you got it. God, listen, Jesus is a myth. It never was a Jesus. He didn't die on the cross, and he didn't live to be 120 years old and escape. It's an actual fact, he never lived. The more scientific, got 18 missing years of Jesus. From 12 to 30. Then what happened with him? He was traveling the world. That's a lie. Because he never lived. That's why the Father said, don't teach religion. He couldn't expect, we had to figure it out on our own though. To be what? Our own self-saviors.